And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to Night Moves here for Tuesday, January 20th. We got a great sports betting card up and going for the action here on Tuesday in the NBA, NHL, college basketball as well. And coming off a big night last night at the college football national championship. What a game! What a performance by the Indiana Hoosiers, and hey, the uh, Miami Hurricanes were the team that got the money last night, but the Hoosiers won the national championship. There in the game last night. A spectacular performance by Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza. He scored on that 12-yard TD QB draw. I think it was a draw play to win that game. Hoosiers jumped out to the early lead. They held off multiple Canes rallies, picked off the pass there at the end of the game to seal the national title. Uh, uh, Charlie Becker had those incredible catches along the sideline on third and fourth downs for some big plays in there. Indiana with that block punt as well by Kamara and Beck. Pretty good in trying to rally Miami back 232 yards and touchdown, but had an interception in the game. Mark Fletcher, he had a 57-yard TD run and a couple of right crosses against the Indiana player there at the end of the game, trying to pick a fight with him. Couldn't win it on the field. Might as well try to beat up a guy there after the game. So the Canes, 342 yards in offense, trying to come back there in that one. Officials, they let them play a little bit, and maybe that was a good thing, but they did miss several personal foul hits on Mendoza. I think the bounty was out there and a bad pass interference call, too. The officiating was one just turned out to be one-sided, but hey, Miami needed every break they could get, and they got the breaks from the officials, really, but it didn't matter as Indiana took care of business there in the national championship and wins the first ever title for the Indiana Hoosiers. A really terrific, entertaining game. Obviously, the early on, big time defense there in the first half. With You just have to consider the three and outs that kept happening there, punt after punt after punt. Yeah, we were on the Hoosiers here on the show yesterday, laying those points. So was indeed the Miami Hurricanes that eventually got the money in the end in that one. So Coach Signetti, I wouldn't want to work for him. It's certainly probably a pretty good football coach and probably a swell guy, but man, he was really giving his guy there, Shanahan, a mouth earful. It felt like several times in the game there, but still, nonetheless, Indiana, a great win for the uh, program there. Really, the Indiana Hoosiers, really one of the worst programs in college football history, win law, record wise, if you will. But they were able to get it done big time there, and they're a totally different program now with Coach Signetti and winning that first national championship. Feels like they'll be there in contention for a while. Maybe it is a little bit of an albatross, a little bit or something here. Not saying it's a one-hit wonder, but you wonder when you uh, reach the peak like that, it's still kind of hard. And we know to repeat in these new era of college football. So, hey, thanks for joining me here, everybody, on Night Moves here. We'll bring the banner up, get the date ready, get the show going here on for Tuesday, January 20th. All right, there we go. And really appreciate you guys checking in with me here as we have a great sports betting card on Tuesday, with including the NBA action here. Great cards as well on Monday in both the NBA and NHL. We did bring home some winners here on Night Moves last night. Although in the NBA, it was a little bit of tough sledding there here on the show last night. But we did have the Philadelphia 76ers winner here, minus the points against the Indiana Pacers on the show last night. We also had the Celtics and the Pistons under. Not many winners so for me there, but did bring him home in the National Hockey League there yesterday with a couple of winners anyway here on the show. We had the San Jose Sharks yesterday as an underdog winner over the Florida Panthers. How about that for the Sharks getting the win on the road? We also had here on Night Moves the Wild last night over the Maple Leafs for a winner here on the show. Also, the Anaheim Ducks late night over the Rangers we had here, and the Islanders and the Canucks for a winner on the over there. And also college ball. We also came home with some winners, including Drexel and Towson game to go under yesterday, and also brought home a winner here on the show. Remember with the game between Montana State and Northern Colorado. We had Montana State getting it done there in that one. All right. Appreciate that. And we'll also talk a little bit. Oh, we also had the Stephen F. Austin Nicholls State game to go under there. Hope you enjoyed the coverage there a little bit with some of the smaller schools. We got bigger action here on Tuesday in the college ranks. Okay, let me say hello to the folks. Man, what's going on here? A lot of comments here already following the national championship. Good morning to Tim J. He's first here in the chat to join me here. Jerry had a big night there hitting the national championship futures play there. Jerry, way to go. Made 10 dimes last night with that football game. Congratulations to Jerry there. All right. And yeah, we see the I don't know, maybe the Jimmy Butler I might want to lay off myself talking about the Jimmy Butler situation here, but just that looked awful last night, and we're not sure yet. I mean, we're trying to provide, hope for the best here right now, but man, really sad to see that last night. Butler being helped from the floor last night for the Warriors in the game against his former team to get that blow there. I mean, really an awkward situation with the fight there as well. Basically the bench guys getting into it a little bit, but Butler was hurt moments after catching a pass there in the paint. He went down hard and awkwardly after he collided with Mitchell. Was called for the foul, but we'll see. We have to have an MRI on Tuesday, and we'll get maybe his updated status. But really upsetting there to see the injury there for Butler. Hello to Cal Dog this morning as well in the chat today. Let's see who else we got. Great guys here in the chat. Who's your daddy? He says. And that Northeastern Monmouth game there yesterday, right? Did end up going over there at the end. That was a big move too. It ended up like a 5-point move in the end by the time the morning hit with that total under. I know when we were on the air anyway, it was 147, but still went over there in that early game. See who else is here joining us today. Good conversation in the chat. I want to say hello to Adrian Kennedy. Great job, Adrian. He says, great day for me here in Vegas. And he had the Hurricanes in that one. Good job. Good job, Adrian. Man, I wish I was with you there in that one. And yeah, maybe it was a few too many points. I really thought, I've said that this was a once-in-a-lifetime team or once-in-a-generation team, if you will. And maybe that is indeed the case, but give Miami a lot of credit. They're the ones that got the money there in the end. All right. And let's see here. Is that it from the chat? Personal account is here as well. And I think he had the Canes. He says the line dropped from 7 to 7.5 from 8.5. And yes, Canes. So, hey, I mean, they didn't win the national championship, but our friends that did take the points there can celebrate a little bit there with that natty against Cincinnati. All right, let's see here. Any else in the chat? Timmy Two Shoes there. And it says Beck is no Caleb Williams. Williams would have hit the guy in the end zone to kind of remind you of that, right? A little bit. just a little bit tough blow there, tough break at the end, right? Because it did seem like, that throw it just a little bit deeper there, a little bit could have got his guy kind of in stride, but it was underthrown there a little bit. So it was really a little bit of a tough break in that one. Actually, at the end, uh, look, Beck is still probably a pretty a likely uh, a guy moving forward. I think they're saying top 5 draft pick here still. You think so? All right, and Mr. Wesker, they're talking a little MMA here in the chat as well. All right. All right, might as well get started with the action though here for Tuesday, and we'll get right into it here right now with our start with our NBA coverage. Here we've got 7 games in the NBA, 8 in the NHL, and I've looked at maybe 5 or 6 college games that we can do here tonight. But let's get into it right now, and we'll start it off here with the Phoenix Suns taking on the Philadelphia 76ers here. NBA action for Tuesday. We've got the Sixers here. Favored in this one by 1 right now. Maybe a pick 'em here at some spots with the 76ers favored here. Maybe, like I said, maybe a pick 'em here right now. I think I'm showing mostly 1s at this point. Take a peek here real quick, make sure it hasn't moved. Yeah, mostly 1s here. Do see some 1.5s out there as well with the Suns favored here. Phoenix, obviously played their talk about some of the action there from Monday night. The Phoenix Suns played the Brooklyn Nets there yesterday, so they are on the back-to-back here. They ended up beating Brooklyn. Now, when we were on the show last night, I think the spread was around 7 or 8. Ended up going off at 9.5, and Phoenix did win by 9. So technically, the Nets, I think, ended up getting the money there by the closing line there a little bit with that game. So meanwhile, for the 76ers here in this one, they also were in action last night against the Indiana Pacers, and Sixers got the win 113 to 104. They got the money there, did the 76ers at home with that 9-point victory. Barely got the money there a little bit with the in the end. Just a little bit of technical issue here. Sorry about that. And we'll get your plays. Get ready to go. I want to hear from you in the chat here on this Tuesday morning. Got the Sixers here with that win. Still, they've won 2 in a row here right now with another win over the Knicks last night. The Phoenix Suns are 15-10. ATS is a dog, 15-9. ATS on the road. Philadelphia, another good cover as well this season. They're not quite the money-making superstars that the Phoenix Suns are. I mean, they're pretty much number 1 as far as spreads, about spread betting is concerned. But nonetheless, Philadelphia comes in here with a 10-12 ATS record at home. Phoenix has won 11 of their last 15 overall, covered 14 of their last 17. They're also 8-3-1 against the spread in their last 12 games. Against the Sixers here coming in, and also Philadelphia here and Phoenix have gone under in 5 of their last 7 meetings coming in. Phoenix has gone under in 7. Too many in this game. Phoenix has gone under in 7 of their last 10 games coming in. Philadelphia also under in 4 of their last 6. 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams here in Philadelphia, basically 9 of the last 13 years, the game has actually gone over between these two. So let me hear from you in the chat if you'd like to comment. I'd love to show your comments on the screen. Doesn't have to be a pick. You can comment on the game, but I'd love to see the picks, and I'd love to share them with the viewers here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 60,000 subscriber juggernaut here. So I'm ready to hear from you in the chat. Let me go to the chat right now and see who's commenting with me on this game. All right. Here we go. Timmy Chushu, he likes the under here in this one. Mr. Westford says if Paul George plays, then I'll back the Suns. Yeah, there's some injuries of note here with George, questionable with knee soreness right now. But Jalen Green, I thought he was, man, he's still questionable in this game here. We were watching the national championship. I thought he was supposed to come back there last night. Did he get in the game? Here, I'm going to have to check it out. Actually, here, I just don't have it right now with too many games last night. Here's the Gibson ratings here. He's got a 114 to 111 there in favor of Phoenix. And let's see here. They're both on the back-to-back there, but the Suns did travel. Okay, got it. Also, took Nets. Timmy took the Nets at the half there. Is that what he's saying? Took him at the half of the game. Okay, gotcha there. And let's see. Phoenix -7. Oh, he's talking about in last night's game, the results of last night's game. Yeah, got it. All right. Let's see. 76ers get the chemistry in. Then here comes PG and MB to ruin things, I guess, there. And Timmy Chu should be shocked if this one went over, right? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of pressure to the under here. I mean, that's the way I kind of see it as well. Let's see here. I had the personal account. He had the Jazz, Suns, and Warriors yesterday. Okay, gotcha. And let me look at some plays for this one, guys. A Dak Kush King, liking the Suns here in this one. And Cal Dog on the Sixers here. Jimmy Choo-Choo's like Edgecombe to maybe hit it here. And also, let's see here. Philly beat the Bums. All right. Oh, personal account. Green is probable. Okay. I thought he was still that hamstring. I was actually wondering if he played in the game last night, is what I was saying there. We were watching the national championship. I did watch, I was keeping an eye on most of the basketball, but I didn't really see if he had gotten in that game last night there. So, okay. All right, you guys, thanks a lot. I'm just trying to see if Green was even in. Obviously, he probably wasn't in there if he's still listed as questionable or such. Yeah, I'm looking at it now with the last night, and I don't see Green there. Yeah, no minutes last night. Okay, at least we can check this thing on the fly here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel on Night Moves. All right, personal account. He already played the Suns. And Cal Dog with both on a back-to-back. Cal Dog actually likes it over here, but I'm going to take the under in this one with Phoenix and Philadelphia as my play here on Night Moves. All right. Yeah, thanks, personal account. Oh, great. They are saving them up for the. Thanks a lot. That's great. Hey, that's why I got personal account in here, joining me in the chat with the chat pros on the show. Thanks a lot. All right, next up, we got the Spurs taking on the Rockets here. The Rockets are favored by 4, total 222 here, maybe up to 4.5 a little bit. Hey, we do have guys just in here, breaking news here right now. I'm just seeing it on my tweet deck here, reported by Shams Charania, ironically talking about that. And just want to report right now that Jimmy Butler has suffered a season-ending torn right ACL. That's according to Shams Charania here. Oh, man, that's a bummer. It breaks my heart here. Actually, I know we have a lot of fun with JB, but it sucks. That sucks. But Warriors, going to have to keep going without him here. Just seeing that. So I'm just reacting here in real time on the show with that news. So bummer. Out there with JB. It did look bad, so not surprising, but it sucks for Jimmy there. All right, let me continue on here. Just get over the shock there a little bit. All right, Spurs and Rockets here with the Rockets favored by 4.5. Or four, maybe 222, 221 and a half here in this one with the Rockets here at home taking on the Spurs here on Tuesday night for San Antonio. They come in here having won 5 of their last 7 games overall right now. And also, Houston comes in here having just covered one of their last 9 games ATS coming into this one. Have been bit of a struggle here on the spread for Houston right now. Still, Rockets have been a good team here. They've won 2 in a row. San Antonio comes in here having won 3 straight right now with wins over Milwaukee, Minnesota, and last night over Utah. They did not get the money there in the end. Did Utah, did San Antonio last night. They were favored by 16.5, only won by 13.5. Houston, meanwhile, does come in here off of a pair of wins, including a win over New Orleans, 119-110, but they didn't cover. They won by 9, but again, just having trouble covering some of these big numbers. Houston's actually won 9 of their last 10 games at home coming into this one. San Antonio's gone under in 9 of their last 10 games. Houston's gone under in 9 of their last 10 games here. San Antonio also under in 8 straight on the road. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under, including, here back in November, it actually wasn't over. San Antonio won at home 121-110 in that game. As a 3, and San Antonio was actually a home dog in that game. By how times have changed. Well, I won't say that, but Rockets still going to be favored here at home. Let me hear from you in the chat. This one between San Antonio and Houston here on Tuesday night, 8 Eastern and 5 Pacific time. And we'll go to the chat pros here, see what you got in this one. All right. And let's see what we got here with this one. Mr. Wesker's looking maybe to take the Rockets here. Dak Kush King. Rockets on the money line. And Timmy wants to play the Spurs here. Just says that, these Texas teams getting together here makes it a little bit of a grudge match, if you will. All right. And yeah, hopefully does come back there. The Gibson ratings in here, 114-109. I think that means take Houston in the over, but it's close on the numbers there. And Greg does take Houston in the over. Mr. Wesker says that Spurs offense kind of struggling here right now, but you know what? They've won the 3 games in a row, and they've averaged in those 3 games 120 points. So they might be getting it done a little bit here, even if they're not covering. Houston's a more rested team, says Greg. And Cal Dog here liking the Rockets on the money line. All right, appreciate it, you guys. Great calls in there in this one. Man, I'm going to take another under here, I think, with these two teams right now. Solid unders here for the teams. Man, they've combined their last, if you look at their last 20 games combined, they're 2-18 to the under. So those games, Mr. West says those games are all close. The Spurs won, all of them tight. Wemby, how about Wemby? What was 7 3-pointers in the game last night? Is that right? Cal Dog might buy it, take it up maybe to 5.5 or 6. I think they're in that one, but I got to go under here with this solid unders for these two teams right now, man. Really good, and you got a Houston team, top 5 in scoring defense here too. That has to be considered there, and Spurs are right up there too. They're, I think, 7th in scoring defense. So I'm going to go under here in this one. All right, the Clippers are on the road here, taking on the Chicago Bulls. Here, the Clippers continue to roll here right now uh, with this winning streak. Man, the second time here, they've kind of been uh, taken over here right now. A 6-game winning streak right now for the Clippers coming in. They went 5-1. ATS in those games. The one game they did not cover was, of course, last night against the Washington Wizards in that 110-106 win on the road for the Clippers. Yeah, Washington got the money there last night. And, when we were on the show here last night talking about that game with the Clippers, I'm not blaming the chat there necessarily, but I was hemming and hawing a little bit on that game, and you guys were seeming to be pretty hot on the Clippers, but I'm not blaming anybody but myself there in that one. The Clippers are still kicking booty and taking names right now. Just didn't happen to get that cover. Third straight game on the road here for the Clippers. Total 226.5 here in this one. The Bulls come in off of a win over Brooklyn. Remember, they split that home and home with them there last time out, and still the Bulls blew them out 124-102 in revenge for a 112-109 loss. The Bulls have won 5 of their last 6 games at home. Clippers have won 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams and gone 4-2 ATS in those games. 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone under. The Clippers are 12-9 to the over on the road, but the Bulls are 8-14 to the under at home here, and also 8-12 ATS. Or I'm sorry, 8-12 to the under as a favorite. We know the Bulls are one of the worst favorites. I think the worst favorite actually in the league at 5-14-1 against the spread, but they do come in as the rested bunch here, while the Clippers, like I said, played last night at Washington, a weak Washington club, and did not win. Now, the bad news here, speaking of knee injuries, is the fact that Kawhi Leonard right now has flown back to Los Angeles, and I don't think the news is good here either. We have not. We're going to need to get back and get examined. But sending Kawhi home on a home from a road trip where because of his knees, we know they're bad, and it just feels like right now Kawhi is going to be missing time here for sure. When we see Kawhi's knees flare up, it usually is a few weeks for sure of rest that he needs. So you got to wonder. The Clippers are playing well, and then maybe they'll continue to do so. But this is a little bit of a concerning injury right now with Kawhi going back to get MRIs, I believe, done here in the next day or two. And so he also is out right now indefinitely, for sure. Okay, Giddey here for the Bulls. He is questionable with a hamstring injury here. Patrick Williams questionable as well in this one. But whether or not, the Clippers can function without Kawhi here, the spread may be indicative and already built in with the Bulls favored. You figure with the Clippers on there back-to-back still, that's also part of the factor. Chicago's gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams when playing here in Chicago. And like I said, 8 of the last 12 between the teams have gone over, but they meet just twice a year. Let me go to the chat in this one. Everybody's getting a knee injury here right now. But let's see what you guys have here. Clippers and the Bulls here on Tuesday night. Go to the chat pros and see what you got right now with Dak Kush King still ready to take the Clippers plus the points here in this one. And Cal Dog liking the Clippers as well. Greg says, yeah, no, that ain't happening, that's for sure. So I think I might have to ignore Greg's rating, the Gibson ratings in that one. And Mr. Whiskers says, Mr. Whiskers, did he questionable? And let's see here. Harden not hitting his threes, but he's been getting his points and assists instead. But probably have to take over a little bit right now. And yep, it is over for Mr. Basketball. No Clipper, no Leonard, no Clippers. Bulls money line here for Greg. Look, this one, if anything, I don't know if it's been built into the news. It's just the Bulls did open a 1.5 point favorite, and they're up to 3.5. Now we already knew kind of Leonard was going to be out. We talked about it already. They missed the game there, but it's gone up here, 3.5 or so right now. Harden taking Jimmy saying talk about those numbers there, and Greg updates his Gibson ratings and says it'll be Chicago there to win and maybe over as the pick. All right, now I got the Bulls here in this one. I think the Bulls will probably, at least for tomorrow, probably rock the Clippers here. I'm going to take them here to cover for sure in this one. Almost feels like a premium to me right here, right now. Probably should roll with a premium, I think, on the Bulls tomorrow. Quite frankly, I would think that the Clippers, look, funny, right? The Clippers, now we know the Bulls, they describe them as an over team for the most part, but they're not, right? Like I said, and usually the Clippers numbers are a lot lower. Yeah, that's usually with, Kawhi in here, world-class defensive player, but still the way the Clippers play, you got to think that, I don't know, that does seem high. I'll just leave it at that. On that total. So look, Clippers have been, winning and covering here basically. Like I said, 6-0 straight up, 5-1 against the spread, still doing well, but nonetheless, we'll have to function without Kawhi. So, all right, we'll take it one game at a time for my Clippers. All right, next up we got the Wolves here, taking on the Utah Jazz. It's a big favorite here, of course, at 11, total 244.5 here in this one with Minnesota. They're going to be favored handily on the road here in this one up against the Jazz and the for the Timberwolves here. They come in having won 6 of their last 9 games straight up, and against the spread right now for Utah, they've dropped 5 of their last 6 games. Coming in, maybe the little bit of a move on the Jazz. We are seeing maybe some 10.5s out there, but Minnesota has covered 13 of the last 20 meetings against Utah. Overall, the Jazz come in here on a 4-game losing streak right now. They did cover a couple of the games, but they are returning home after a long road trip where they, like I said, lost their last 4 games, including at San Antonio last night, but they did get the number. Like I said, getting 16.5 in that one. Here they're getting 11, but they are on the back-to-back. Meanwhile, Minnesota's had a couple of days off for sure since defeating San Antonio, losing to San Antonio 126-123 as a 4.5-point dog. They did get the money in that game. Still, Utah, pretty great moneymaker. 14-7 against the spread at home. The Wolves are just 14-19 ATS as a favorite. Minnesota's gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. Overall, they're 14-8 to the over on the road. Utah's a big-time over team at home, the biggest of over teams. They've gone over in 7 of their last 8 games at home, and also, like I said, 16-5 to the over at home. I mean, come on. The 244.5, but still, Utah could go over. I will say this: 7 of the last 10 games between the two teams have gone under. They met already a couple of times this season with Minnesota, winning them both. However, they did split against the spread. Minnesota covered at home in a 40-point win, but then on the road here already, this season, Minnesota was favored by 7.5 here at Utah back in November, but won by just 7. They missed by the hook in that game. Now, the big question, of course, for Utah is the status of Markkanen. Still listed as questionable here, but he might make this lineup. I mean, I think it was an illness that kept Markkanen out. And Nas Reed, looking at, yeah, did leave last. I'm reading it here. Did leave yesterday's game uh, with a shoulder injury. I think it was the game before that, right? He's been bothered by a shoulder injury right here, right now. So Utah's pretty solid in some of these numbers, man, at home for whatever it's worth, as bad as they can be. It seems like the higher the score, the better for them. But you got to think that I'm going to take Utah actually in this game. Let's see how it shakes down here. Hopefully, I get some Markkanen in there. Again, if he's in there, I don't think it'll necessarily be 11.5. It could be even 10.5 or 10. So I'm already seeing some 10.5. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take the Jazz. Let me hear from you guys in the chat. We know the Jazz can get blown out, but sometimes on the road, it's more likely that they get busted than at home. Like I said, they're pretty good cover for sure, and they are just nine. They're 9-12 at home. We know Minnesota right now. I mean, everybody's talking about, hey, they could be the one team that could give the Oklahoma City Thunder a little bit of business, maybe in the postseason. So, all right. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Nobody really likes this game, apparently, in the chat. So, Dick Cal Dog says the Jazz can cover here. The Gibson ratings say, and Gibson ratings are on Minnesota here, it looks like, and also on the over. And I think so too. Personal accounts of Markkanen, yeah. We've seen, his short-term absences, I think, before. I guess I'm trying to be polite there. And a great comparison, Mr. Westhurst. Kirilenko could certainly fill it up. Obviously, a little bit more, I don't know, taller, lanky, right? I don't even know if is he as taller there? Let's see here. And anything else from the chat here? Greg said Utah wasted a lot of energy yesterday and take Minnesota to cover there. All right. I think I've already chimed in there. Like I said, hey, Utah, they picked up the number here against a couple other teams. They played at Cleveland and got the money here recently, getting double digits. And again, they run a long road trip, so they just fell apart. They just were overmatched there in the last few games, even losing back-to-back games at Dallas. So I'm going to go and take the Jazz, though, in this one. Next up, we got the Raptors here taking on the Warriors. And look, I think the injury is built in a little bit because the Warriors really, I think they were more of a, I want to say 5.5 or 6. I'm actually gonna update the spread here a little bit right now on my sheet with the news here, but I think it's 3 and 226. It definitely was higher here at some spots in the market right now, and let's see what you got here. I'll have to navigate this one carefully here, and most of you will already have the news if you're watching on replay probably of this broadcast, but just for those, I'll explain it like this. We're on the live broadcast here, but in case you didn't know, we were live here last night. It is currently 12:40 in the morning in Vegas, 3:40 on the East Coast, but the game is scheduled to be in San Francisco here, and the news broke at this time, just about 3:30 a.m. Eastern and 12:30 a.m. Pacific time, that Jimmy Butler will miss the remainder of the season with a torn knee ligament in the game there on Monday night. So really a bummer here, but they'll be forced to play without JB for the rest of the season. And here they are favored by 3 currently as we speak, 226.5. We'll see how that measures out here right now. I would imagine here that the way the Raptors are playing here, now they have lost 2 in a row, but they've been playing some pretty good ball here for sure. Have the Raptors, they're 11-8 against the spread as an underdog. The Warriors 14-9 ATS at home here for Gold State, but we'll see moving forward. Maybe you guys want to see one, or maybe you can capitalize here right now. Toronto's covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two teams. They did win at home 141 to 127 back in December as a 4.5 point underdog, but Golden State does come in having won and covered 6 of their last 7 games here. They got the money handily there last night. I thought the Heat would come in and be able to give them a battle, but probably should have known better in that one. Golden State here with not only 4 straight wins, but 4 straight covers. In addition to that, 6-1 straight up and ATS run here currently. Toronto's gone under in 10 of their last 12 games on the road. They're also 7-14 to the under on the road. The Warriors, though, are an over team, especially at as a favorite, 21-12 to the over as a favorite, and 13-10 to the over at home. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone over here. The Warriors, let me hear from you guys in the chat. So cross your fingers here and see how, if you're the Warriors, if you're a Warriors fan anyway, and see how it goes right now in this one after the bummer. So maybe a letdown here. You definitely could say emotionally it's going to be a little bit rough for the Warriors here. Toronto does come in here off of a little bit of rest, but they did lose those 2 games to the Clippers and the Lakers last 2 games. Okay, here we go. We've got Mr. Weskers. He's tempted to back the Raptors on the money line here. And Timmy Chusha says, grab the Raps +3. And he says he don't think the Warriors can keep this momentum there with Butler going down. Kuminga wants traded. So also Mr. Wesker saying, about Draymond here. Let's see what he says there. He's got Draymond out of this game. I actually have him probable, but you probably know better than I. I show him as probable with that ankle sprain for Tuesday, but I'll proceed with caution now. And also here, Greg says he's got the Gibson rating says take the Warriors, but I think that's Raptors on the spread there, and I think that's an over. Let's see here. Also, Melton questionable for the Warriors, and Santos questionable as well. For the Raptors here, you got RJ Barrett. He's definitely out of this game. Murray Boyles is questionable, and Walter is questionable as well. And, okay, Mr. Weskers, he does think Draymond should play. I agree. I think he is probable in this game. Cal says, he's a game-time decision. And let's see. Mr. Wesker says a healthy Raptors 1 to 5. I think meaning players 1 through 5. Too much for just Curry to handle with his scoring. Cal Dog says Warriors money line, and Greg said they'll be tired. And it does take its toll when you lose a key player like that on the whole team. I think we got it through, everybody. Okay. There's Greg. Yeah. Well, I mean, I do, but I'm not going to, call anybody out in the chat. I mean, hey, you guys might know something that I don't, but I'm going to save the information that I have, and I say that he is probable. But, you guys are on the scene out there. You guys followed as much as I do. All right. I guess that's it here in this one between the Raptors and the Warriors here. And, man, well, just got to see how the Warriors react and respond here right now in the game here tomorrow. And look, it's already started to dip here more towards the under in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under here with the Raptors and the Warriors. But, man, it's going to be maybe you do grab the points here right now with the Warriors are playing well and they'll be pretty good, but just feel like to me, I got to think that the Raptors will have a little bit of emotional edge too, especially with the Warriors off the back to back. All right, might be might take the points right now overnight and then just see what happens. But again, like I said, I thought the line was pretty much going to be five and a half or 6.5 with him in there. So without him now, we'll see. And this line could be moving here overnight. Okay. And here we go. Next up, it's going to be the Lakers taking on the Nuggets here in this one. The Lakers are favored now all of a sudden. What is going on with these Lakers? I can't figure out. 1 minute they're underdogs when I think they should be favored, and maybe they're favored. Look, I just think Denver's playing pretty darn well, even without Jokic here. They've done a great job without him, although they did. Lose to the Hornets last time out. They got blasted. I mean, it was only obvious, and shame on me for thinking, look at this line so low here. And the wise guys were on Charlotte. You guys were even screaming at me that Charlotte could take down Denver in that game, and they did. They smashed them. 110-87 last time out as Denver got beat by Charlotte at home. They were a 2.5-point dog, but they had done such a good job covering numbers here against several teams. They did fail against Washington as a big favorite, but still, they're 25-18 against the spread, 9-4 against the spread as an underdog here coming in for Denver. The Lakers are 13-11 against the spread as a favorite here, but let's see what you want to do here in this one. Just feels strange. The Lakers, I mean, 1 minute you think they're going to be an underdog, next minute you think they're going to be favored. I'm just not sure anymore. But the Lakers have gone just 2-5 straight up here in their last 7 games, 2-5 ATS as well. They have had success against Denver, 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games against Denver, but Denver's won 9. Oops. Better change that typo there, but get myself in trouble. Denver's won 9 of the last 10 meetings at home over the Lakers here long term. In fact, this season the teams have not met this year, but man, that's dating back. You got the Nuggets do a great job here, and the Lakers are, I want to say, nothing special here right now, considering they've had some guys in and out of the lineup here, certainly of late coming in. They're pretty healthy actually coming into this game. Only Austin Reeves continues to remain out with that calf injury right now, and the Nuggets are missing guys, no doubt about it. Not only Nikola Jokic. But man, that football game took a lot out of me. But also Aaron Gordon, questionable. Christian Brown, questionable here again as well. So see if those guys can make the lineup. I mean, we know that only Jokic is out of this game, but man, the disrespect here, if you will. I mean, Denver beats these guys at home. Denver's gone under in 9 of their last 13 matchups with the Lakers. Although Denver is 11-8 to the over at home, they're also 5-8 to the under as an underdog. Denver's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall right now. Lakers coming in off of a win over Toronto the other night, 110-93, covering 2.5 in that game, right? I was thinking it was a Toronto game there, but Denver was hot before that. Lakers have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. So let's hear from you in the chat and see what you got with this one. And I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Here we go. I think the wise guys are on the Lakers here, but man, these are the ones I'm kind of been getting wrong a little bit. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. We've got Nuggets easy for Timmy Two Shoe, but Mr. Wesker says take the Lakers here. Timmy says the line will flip. Greg says this line's a little bit fishy. And Mr. Wesker, when's the last time the Lakers won 2 in a row, right? It's been at least 3 weeks, it feels like. And Lakers win on accident, says Cal Dog. And Timmy says maybe because of those other injuries there a little bit to the. Although I think Murray is well clear of his injuries right now. All right, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Weskers. Yeah, you said it there. Doesn't count when they played. Doesn't count when they played the Pelicans. That does not count as a win. No. All right. Right here, Nuggets money line here for Dak Kush King. And the Lakers are back. They beat the Raptors. Lakers are back. They beat the Raptors. Yep. All right. Hey, I'm gonna take Denver here. I might be missing it here. Might be missing the boat. It might be over my head as to what I am having a little bit of trouble with the Lakers. It feels like navigating this team right now, but I'm gonna have to take Denver here in this game. They always beat the Lakers here, and the Lakers, obviously they're healthy coming in here a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, I think we got your guys' plays in there. Let's do the last one here on the NBA card. On Tuesday night, it is the Heat going on the road on the back-to-back here. They're going to be favored at the mighty Kings here. Oh, boy. Heat at Kings. Heat by 2.5, and the total here 236.5 in this one. With Miami coming off the big loss there yesterday to the Warriors, but Sacramento playing their best ball of the season. They did lose last time out to snap their losing streak, losing to Portland at home. I thought they'd keep it going against the Blazers, but the Blazers came in there and did the job, 117-110, beating the Kings. There. Miami, meanwhile, this is just their second game of the road trip. They'll be on the back-to-back here. Still, Miami 24-18 ATS overall, and the Kings are a bad spread team. Still, 15-24 ATS as an underdog this season for the Sacramento Kings, but they've won a couple here. Like I said, they were on their hottest streak of the season. It felt like they've won and covered 4 out of their last 5 overall. They've gone 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games at home. Miami's dropped 4 of their last 5 games on the road. They've also lost 5 of their last 7 overall, and Miami is just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Sacramento Kings. So the Kings, well, they kind of have an inherent advantage as far as how well they played against this team. And, well, you got the Heat here on the back-to-back. Miami's gone over in 4 of their last 5, although 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Like I said, the Kings are a big-time under team here this season, 9-14 to the under at home. Miami's 7-12 to the under as a favorite. So let's see how you guys have it here. I'm taking the Kings, you guys. I'm taking the Kings in this one. Like I said, they played well enough to me to think that they've got a little bit something going on, and well, the spread is only 2.5. Is that a giveaway here? Is it a what did you guys want to call it, a trap? I don't know. Let's see. All right. Got some comments from you in this one. The Gibson ratings. Yeah, it kind of has this one right on the spread. Personal account's going to take the Kings at home. And let's see here. Timmy Two Shoes, I think he has both teams scoring close to 120 points in this game. Yeah, it looks like a big total here for teams that go, what can you say, for teams that, I don't know, kind of go under. Like I said, if you look at the Heat as a favorite and the Kings as an underdog, they'd be a combined 23-35 to the under. Kings money line for Dak Kush King. Mr. Wesker says, the favorite is the Heat here for a reason, as they like to say. No way the Kings win this game. It's a guaranteed win for Greg. Oh man, darn it! I already took the Kings. Oh, jeez, I wish I would have saw that sooner. All right. Let's see here. Under for Cal Dog. All right, I guess that's a look at the NBA. We got your plays in there. Thank you to the chat pros. In this one, we're going to go here to some college ball right now. I think I've selected the best 5 games on the card here on Tuesday night. So I want to hear from you. Get ready for some pretty good pretty good big conference action here on Tuesday night. We got some nice games to look at here. And, if you guys have a game you're interested in, maybe we can knock it out of the park here. But we will start here in college basketball. There we go. Let's kick it off in the ACC with North Carolina State here on the road, taking on Clemson. Clemson, a 3.5-point favorite, total 140.5 here. Clemson comes in on a big winning streak. They're currently 16-3. Last week we said, when is Clemson going to make an appearance here in the top 25? Well, here you go. They did right here, right now, with this current winning streak that they're on. They've been looking terrific here, not only winning, but basically covering every single time right now during this win streak, especially here in conference play so far. Clemson looking very much the part here in the ACC, the nation's 9th longest winning streak at 9 in a row here currently. They're tied with Duke atop the conference standings here right now. NC State does come in 3-2 here with their 12-6 record overall. They haven't been overwhelming against the spread. This is only the second time all season that North Carolina State has been an underdog right now. They've mostly been favorites as well. They are coming in off of a loss to Georgia Tech last time out. 78-74 is a 17.5-point win. So they got their come up and a little bit in that one. But Clemson, meanwhile, conference wins here of late. Covered against Miami, covered against Boston College, covered against Notre Dame. They were favored in all these games. I will say this: Clemson is just 6-6 ATS at home, despite the fact they're 12-7 ATS overall with this 16-3 record. They have not lost yet at home, 10-0 record straight up coming in to this one. So let's hear from you maybe in the chat. This looks like a pretty good game and a little bit of a test here for Clemson. Only favored by 3.5 in this one, despite what we've seen so far. Look, NC State's done a decent job, but they're still just playing their 3rd overall road game. And again, they lost as an underdog in their only previous opportunity as a dog here. Clemson is 3-9 to the under at home so far this season. So let's hear from you in the chat. I want to hear your picks in this one with North Carolina State and Clemson on Tuesday night. Here we go in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. Okay. And Mr. Wester's likes Clemson. He said that, they had a bad season in football. At least they were represented. Where was the ACC in the championship game tonight? This total has dropped here big time. This thing was 144.5 early on, but we talked about Clemson and their ability to keep it low, if you will, a little bit here right now. They did go under in 2 straight and 3 of their last 4 games. It's been heavy pressure, actually, to the under overall. And let's see here. Timmy Choo wants to take Clemson, so he's going to fade himself and take the Wolfpack. I think that's what he said. Cal Dog Clemson on the money line. The Gibson ratings here are on Clemson for sure. It looks like there. And Mr. Westwood says he thinks NC State kind of gets the public attention here, and they've gone just 1-3 ATS actually in their last 4 games overall. All right, let's see here. Greg says State has been struggling here lately. Yeah, they failed to cover laying double digits to BC. They also lost at home to UVA. It looks kind of, like I said, you'd think Clemson here, like just busting up there into the top 20 right now. They're ranked 18th here currently. And Timmy says go under here in this one. And I think that's it for you guys as far as the chat all stars is concerned here. I'm going to take the under here in this one. You guys, this thing, I don't know. Maybe I just have seen too many of these HCC games on the eye test. Like I said, it's gone down here from 144.5. So somebody has the same idea that I do. But don't these NC State Clemson games kind of end up in some rugged battles? They met here. They met at NC State last year, 68-58. Clemson got the win as a 5.5-point favorite. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a while since they've actually ended up with a low score like that. But I'm gonna try the under here in this one. All right, the Texas Tech Red Raiders here are on the road taking on the Baylor Bears. Texas Tech favored by 2, total 155.5 as we go to Waco for a Big 12 matchup here on Tuesday night. Take a look here at the Big 12 standings right now, and you got Arizona and Houston up there, but Texas Tech just 4-1. Here at this point, stalking the leaders here a little bit. They're ranked 12th in the country with a 14-4 record. Baylor's just 1-4 right now, but only a 2-point favorite here for Tech, who's on a 3-game winning streak, including wins over Colorado, Utah, and BYU. Now, they didn't cover against the Utes or the Buffaloes. They haven't been a great cover. They're just 5-8 against the spread as a favorite, talking about the Texas Tech Red Raiders, but Baylor's 0-5 against the spread as an straight up and against the spread as an underdog so far. Hasn't been their best role. They are just 5-5 ATS at home so far this season. So see what you have here in this one with Texas Tech and Baylor. The two teams last year did meet once in the regular season. Texas Tech won 73-59 as a 7.5-point favorite at home, and then they met in the postseason in the conference tournament. Texas Tech did get the win, 76-74. Although they did not cover, Baylor ended up getting the money in their conference tournament matchup. So, see what you like here in this one between Texas Tech and Baylor. Not only Baylor, like I said, 0-5 straight up and against the spread as an underdog, but they're also 1-4 to the under in that role. However, they are 10-6 to the over overall, but Texas Tech is 1-3 to the under on the road. Texas Tech's won 7 of their last 8. They've covered 5 of their last 7, but they are just 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against the Bears. Baylor comes in here just 1-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over. However, Baylor's gone under in 4 of their last 5, and Tech's gone under here in 4 of their last 6 games coming in. So, okay, I want to hear from you in the chat. Texas Tech and Baylor feels like a pretty good game here, but look, Baylor's way down there in the conference standings right now, and like I said, Texas Tech here riding pretty high, nearing, inching up in here into the top 12 right now, into the top 10 here. Okay, let's go to the chat. See what we got. This one, And Mr. Wester says, "Look, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Baylor here on a little bit of a revenge factor from those two games last year, including the conference tournament." Timmy Juice says Texas Tech under there. I think the Gibson ratings here has Baylor winning this game. They're an underdog, and the Gibson ratings here have Baylor to win, and that looks like an under as well. Cal Dogs on the Red Raiders, however. Mr. Wesker says take those points. And Greg says, hey, look, I mean, Baylor was able to play Iowa State pretty tough. Yeah, they lost there. They didn't. They lost 70-60, but they held Iowa State to 70 points on their home floor, or on Baylor's home floor. They were only getting 4.5 on that day. Look, this has been a tough schedule for Baylor in conference play. Make no mistake. I mean, they played so far losses to TCU, Iowa State, Houston, and Kansas. So, yeah, those are some numbers, some teams. Jimmy Two Shoes likes the under here in this one. I think Texas Tech is a pretty good team. They probably, to me, are probably better than even a number their number 12 ranking here. Their last loss was to Houston, 69-65, and they got the money in that one. I still got to go with Texas Tech. I think they are a very legitimate team. Look, hey, Baylor, you got good coaching, good team here. They played some tough teams, but this is another tough team. It feels like right now. Now, Texas Tech is just 1-2 straight up on the road so far, but I'm going to have to try them here in this one. And 2 points looks kind of questionable, like a trap line. All right, let's head to the SEC now for Georgia at Missouri, another closely rated game. I think we picked some good games here for the action here on Tuesday. So with Georgia coming in here as a 1.5 point favorite. They're 3-2 in conference play. Missouri comes in here right now also 3-2 in conference play. I think most agree that maybe Georgia is the higher rated team here a little bit right now. They are ranked 21st. They come in here 15-3 currently. Missouri 13-5. Georgia's been alternating wins and losses here. They've won 2 of their last 3, including a win over Arkansas, a win and cover at home the other night, but they lost to Ole Miss as a 10.5 point favorite. Before that, they also lost to Florida on the road by 13 when they were getting 9.5. For Missouri here, they're coming in off of a loss at LSU last time out, 78-70, although they did beat Auburn at home and lost to Ole Miss on the road. So, the SEC, the home teams may be kind of dominating a little bit or winning the games here. Georgia, though, 1.5 point favorite on the road. These two teams did meet last season just one time. It was at UGA, and Missouri won it 87-74 as a 2.5 point favorite in that game. So let's hear from you if you'd like in the chat in this one with Georgia taking on Missouri here in SEC play. Georgia comes in here just 2-6 against the spread in their last 8. Missouri's won 7 in the last 10 meetings between the two, although Missouri here just 4-8 ATS in their last 12 games overall. They are 6-6 ATS at home, but Missouri has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. 13 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Missouri's 2-5 to the under as an underdog, and Georgia is 1-3 here now to the under on the road. These are mostly conference games that this has been the case. So go ahead if you want in the chat with this matchup here between Missouri and Georgia. And we'll go to the chat and see what you have. Thanks, everybody. And here we go. It's going to be Missouri at home, possibly here for Timmy. The Gibson ratings has Missouri winning this game in a little bit of an under. Mr. Wester says Missouri's the truth. Cal Dog, though, does like Georgia here. And I think Mr. Wester is willing to take the money line in this one. Cal Dog liking Georgia, though. Cal Dog says Missouri lost to LSU last time out, 78-70 in that last game. It was at LSU, and Missouri was actually getting 1.5. Greg says Georgia is better at home. And personal account says, oh, do I have the, I'm sorry about that. Thank you. Let me see if I get that corrected there. I may have a typo here in this one. Thank you. Thank you, personal account. Let me take care of that. Just a little bit of a typo there. I agree with you. I think it's supposed to be 164 at the time when I typed it in, but we are seeing that total here right now in this game up closer to 165 now. So, yeah, thank you. There we go. And also, Greg says Georgia went to Florida and got crushed. Oh, yeah, they did. They didn't even get the money there. And Jimmy Two Shoes didn't win last time he played against Missouri. And hello to Tim J in the chat. Nice to see Tim J. All right. Well, I got to make my call here in this one between Missouri and Georgia here, and I've got the under here in this one. Maybe that total was the premonition. I'm going to go under here, 154 with Georgia and Missouri here on Tuesday night. And the Gibson ratings here says Missouri again, or I think that's his pick there right now, and that is a big time over right there for Greg, though. All right, let's get into this ACC action here right now with a spectacular game between SMU taking on Wake Forest. Right now, SMU comes in 2-3 in conference play. Wake Forest also 2-3 here. An even matchup as you can get, it feels like here with these two. And right now, it's a 1-point spread, maybe a pick 'em, maybe Wake Forest by 1. SMU comes in here with a 13-5 mark, but they have lost 3 of their last 4. Wake's lost 2 of 3, but they come in off of a win over Florida State last time out. They won by 1. They were favored by 1.5, so they didn't get the money. Wake's been a bit of a disaster laying spreads here, 3-9 against the spread at home. SMU not necessarily a winning team spread-wise, but they are 1-3 straight up on the road, and Wake Forest is 8-3 straight up at home, despite that 3-9 record. Usually, they're laying too many points, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case here with this matchup. So, see what you like here with this one, SMU and Wake Forest. I might have went out of rotation order. My apologies there. No wonder I had trouble finding my numbers here. These two teams are a bit of an over for sure so far. You got SMU 4-2 the over on the road, 6 and also Wake Forest here is 7-5 to the over at home here. So okay, let's see what you got in this matchup tonight. SMU taking on Wake Forest in SEC play. The two teams met for the first time last season. Wake Forest won on the road, 77-66 is a 6.5-point dog in their first matchup. SMU does come in here, like I said, just 1-5 straight up in their last 6 road games here, dating back to last year. And also, SMU has gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. They've also gone over in 8 of their last 10 conference games, dating back to last season. Wake Forest just 1-6 ATS in their last 7 overall now. Like I said, a lot of these home games they haven't been able to cover. Wake Forest has lost 4 of their last 6. They've gone over in 4 of their last 5 games at home. And I'll take your picks right now in the chat between SMU here and Wake Forest. ACC action here for Tuesday night. Here we go with, oh yeah, Timmy Two Shoes has got it. There it is. That's my pick right there. I just got to give it up right now for Timmy Two Shoe. I'm on the over here in this one as well. Give me the over. 160 or so here. It's gone up. It was 158, but I'm willing to still go here with SMU. The Gibson ratings here says SMU is the side actually, and an under now, I think. Greg says SMU needs this game. Yeah, both teams just one game under 500 in conference play. Cal Dog not really a favorite fan of SMU on the road right now. Timmy says thinks SMU kind of an over team. Oh, yeah, I think so too. All right. Wake Forest money line for personal account. Thanks, you guys. I'll take the over, though, in that one. All right, I got one more here. Curse, a pretty good game here with Purdue on the road, taking on the Bruins tonight at Pauley. And Purdue, a 6-point favorite on the road. Yeah, Purdue, they're pretty good. Ranked 4th here right now, 17-1 overall, taking on the Bruins. Purdue, the problem is they're favored by too many points time and time again right now. They're 4-1 against the spread on the road. However, they failed to cover right now in 4 straight. Now, they failed to cover laying big points at home to Washington, Penn State, and Iowa. They also lost out here at USC 69-64. They won the game the other night, but they were laying 9.5. SC got the money. We were on SC, remember, in that game. Purdue just 7-8 against the spread as a favorite. Like I said, 4-1 ATS on the road. UCLA 1-4 against the spread as an underdog right now. Not the best roll for the Bruins. Bruins come in here off of a loss. They took a trip back to Ohio State and also Penn State. They beat Penn State, won and covered. They lost the game to Ohio State on Saturday, 86-74. When these teams met for the first time last season, Purdue did get the win, 76-66 at home, laying 5.5 points there in that game for Purdue here. They've won 9 straight. They've gone 4-1 straight up last 5 games on the road as well. Bruins have failed to cover in 4 of their last 5. Bruins have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Purdue's just 1-4 to the under in their last 5 on the road. UCLA is actually 4-7 to the under here overall. But Bruins have won 10 straight games at home. Intriguing, to say the least, here between UCLA and Purdue here at Pauley Pavilion on Tuesday night. Let's hear from you in the chat. I know these guys are going under, but I might just think that going with the eye test here, and I'm going to be on the over, I think, in this game. Let's see what you guys have. The Gibson ratings here says, I think that means UCLA. Yeah, for sure. Cal Dog says he'll take the Boilers in this one. He wants to take them down to about 4.5, it seems like. Timmy says UCLA plus these points at home. That's got to be the play. And Greg wouldn't be surprised if UCLA wins. And, that's Mr. West. I'm tired of this guy's act already, Mr. Westers. He loves to hear himself talk. He loves to hear himself give basketball philosophy. Man, I don't know. Look, he's the man for UCLA right now. He's not going anywhere, but God, just turn him off. It's insufferable, it seems like. Didn't Minnesota beat Purdue? Well, look, no one's going undefeated. Well, I don't think anybody's going undefeated here, but for Purdue, they do have one loss here at this point so far this season. So Can't win them all, I guess. But take a look at the Big Ten conference standings here. Purdue, they are 7-0 in conference play. Their one loss actually came to Iowa State there. And let's see here. Personal account likes the over with me. I agree. Personal account, let's do it. Let's go over in this one with Purdue and UCLA at 148. Did we get that one right at least? 148? Is that the right total there? Yeah. In fact, I'm showing some books actually a little bit lower than that, actually. And Mr. Weskers, I think he's talking about the extendo. Is that right? All right. I think that's a look at the 5 biggest games in college. It's a nice card, you guys. We could have spent a lot of time on it as well, but we got a nice NHL card here as well. 8 games tonight. So got to take a look at these matchups here on Tuesday in the National Hockey League. All right. Let's get to it here right now with our first matchup. Oh, man. The San Jose Sharks. Man, could you believe it? They did it last night. What a performance by the Sharks, beating Florida on the road impressively. 4-1 for San Jose here. Now, look, they're taking the Lightning. They're $3 dogs against the Lightning. Do you not know what these San Jose Sharks are all about? Now, Tampa Bay has been one of the hottest teams. They did lose finally against the rally killers of St. Louis Blues, but they did bounce back to beat Dallas. Tampa Bay still one of the hottest teams in the league, no doubt. And well, let's face it, you got the Sharks here are going to be on the back-to-back here following the win. So deep breath, but man, these guys are playing awesome. And how could you not at least try a puck line with these guys? Now, maybe this is the one that they get blown out of here a little bit. But right now there are plus 1.5 at even money. It's going to be hard not to want to take these guys here, actually, at least on a puck line. Sure, they're on the back-to-back. They're going up against a terrific team right now. Can't seem to lose other than, like I said, they did lose to St. Louis, but their streaks are definitely hot here right now for Tampa Bay. Looking back here over the last several weeks, man, Tampa Bay so hot coming in. They've won 12 of their last 13 overall and 4 of their last 5 games at home. San Jose's won 8 of their last 11 and 5 of their last 6 on the road. They've always had trouble here, no doubt, but remember, they haven't been great just in the years past, right? But just 2-10 straight up in their last 12 games at Tampa Bay. That's basically the last 12 years. San Jose's gone over in 12 of their last 16. 10 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Tampa Bay here, man, they're looking great, but I know it's a back-to-back. You got a scarf in there in this one. And let's see if you guys want to comment here in the matchup. The Sharks did win at home last year against San Jose in a 2-1 game. I mean, other than that, like I said, it's been full on Tampa Bay in the series. But give San Jose credit for one win last year, and like I said, this has been awesome here so far, as far as the Lightning's current run. Let's go to the chat here, I guess, in this one and see what you got. Okay, and the Gibson ratings say Tampa to blow them out here. And we know that, let me get this here. Cal Dog is on the Sharks for sure. Mr. Wesker's on the Sharks. And what is that other animal there? Is that a goat? The Sharks of the Goats? Is that it, Mr. Westers? Right. Mr. Weskers thought Mr. Weskers thought the center down there was a Whole Foods market. All right. The Flyers, yeah, the Flyers won. And the best part of the Sharks game, I'm burying the lead here. Did anybody see it? The goalie fight. What did they say? You think of the back in the day. It feels like goalie fights were more a thing. Remember, you'd always see the goalie go. It looked old school. The goalie goes down all the way, kind of catches the other goalie by surprise, and there was a goalie fight last night. I don't know if we know there are official fight stats. I don't know how long they've been keeping them, but they said that was like only the 49th goalie fight in NHL history. Do they really know that? Would they really 49 of them? All right, revenge of the Sharks. Yeah, San Jose did win the meeting here just a couple weeks ago, 7-3. Tampa Bay did smash them at San Jose. And yeah, hey, give the Sharks credit. We talked about it last night and said, look at the Pacific Division here. We've got a 4-way tie in the Pacific Division here right now. Well, no longer, right? I mean, with some of the results there last night, yeah, the standings are changing here a little bit here. Wins by Anaheim and San Jose have put them ahead of Los Angeles and Seattle right now. So hats off to Anaheim and San Jose. They're behind Vegas and Edmonton right now. Let's see what you got. Maybe I should take the total here. Look, I don't want to get burned here on the back-to-back, but why wouldn't San Jose hang in there? Like what Mr. Weskers is saying, there's no doubt about it right now. The Sharks, it doesn't feel too, I don't want to say fluky here right now. I mean, they're still losing some games here. They've lost to Vegas and Detroit here recently, but San Jose, a legitimate 25-20-3. Look, Tampa Bay, they're playing the part of Stanley Cup contenders now. They're up to 30-13-4 overall for this Tampa Bay squad. Like we've said time and time again here over the last couple of weeks, no team is better at making you money than the San Jose Sharks. They're up 16 units so far this season. Tampa Bay here right now. At home, they're still down 1.25 units this season. They've done most of their best work on the road, and they're just 12-9 at home. So maybe I will talk myself into it. All right. Oh, it's a Panther. Oh, so it was a Panther. Sharks, Panthers. Got it. Thank you, Mr. Weskers. All right. Let's see here. Maybe an under, maybe 4-2. There's Timmy in the chat. And let's see here. Hey, I want to say hello to Richie Rich joining us here in the chat. Thank you, Richie. Really pleasure to have you as a member of the Chat Pros here on the channel. I'm trying to see his avatar there. Can't really figure that one out, but that might be a slot machine possibly. All right, the Sharks Florida two-step is what that was, huh? All right, guess that's it here in this one. Yeah, I hope we got these goalies right, but in this matchup between the Sharks and the Lightning kicking it off here on Tuesday night, I'm going to take the Sharks. I'll take them on the puck line. Maybe they'll win. Maybe we'll sprinkle it. Yeah, let's go Sharks here on the puck line, plus a 1.5 at even money in this one. Sharks, I was kidding around, said Sharks and Buffalo now can go to the Stanley Cup Finals the way they're playing, huh? Remember, the number one team never makes it all the way, Colorado. Next up, got the Wild here taking on the Canadians in this one. Pretty good matchup here, man. Another one. Minnesota coming in 28-13-9. Montreal 27-15-7. The Wild have won 2 straight, including last night's game, winning. They clobbered Toronto last night 6-3. There we were on the Wild here in that game on Night Moves last night against the Leafs. They were kind of a pick 'em there, maybe a slight underdog, but we did have them there for their second straight win. They won two in a row on the road here over Buffalo and Toronto, but they are on the back-to-back. Meanwhile, for Montreal, they did beat Ottawa last time out in that crazy 6-5 game here. Minnesota, one of the better road teams in the country here in the league here with oops, let me see if I can't. Oh, it's my papers there that are getting in the way. There we go. Uh, Minnesota 15-7 on the road so far, 13-8 as an underdog. Minnesota will make you some money. Montreal, though, meanwhile, 13-10 at home and a great 27-15-7 record overall. These two teams are a combined 58-41 to the over here so far this season. For the Canadians here, they've won 5 of their last 6 games at home, but Minnesota's won 8 of the last 9 meetings here in Montreal. I mean, they come in here just once a year, but they might like the croissant. They might like the food here in Montreal. Minnesota's won 9 straight meetings overall against the Canadians. Minnesota's gone over in 5 straight and over in 9 of their last 10 games on the road. Like I said, these two teams are pretty much heavy-duty overs. I will say, though, 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone unders. Canadians have trouble scoring against Minnesota for whatever reason. The two teams have not met yet this season, but last year, the Montreal Canadiens scored 0 goals against Minnesota, losing the first meeting at Minnesota 3-0, and then losing at home here 4-0. Sounds like Minnesota just has their number. So let's see what you got here. Can you still go with the Canadians here? They are favored in this one. I don't think they factor in head-to-heads when they're talking about this money line here a little bit, but let's see how it goes with you guys in the chat. If it's too obvious, let me know. Like I said, the only thing maybe drawing back here from Minnesota, I mean, they're playing their 3rd straight road game, and they are on the back-to-back after all. Okay, personal account is on Montreal. And, right, Richie? I mean, I took French in high school, and that was a big mistake. Advice to look, it's a little different, but when you're from Southern California, take a Spanish class. My Spanish should be way better than it is, and my French is non-existent. Now, if you're up there in the upper Midwest, if you're in the Great Lakes region, something, you better get French, okay? Montreal wins, and look, Richie Rich is from Montreal. There you go. No wonder he was talking. I think he was asking me if I spoke French, and I just don't remember hardly any of it. What a wasted year that was in high school. All right, let's see here. Timmy says, "What the heck? You might have to go under." The Gibson rating says Minnesota in the over. Dak Kush Kings on Montreal money line. And Timmy says, if it is indeed Wallstead and Montembeau, you might want to go under here with the Great Wall of St. Paul. Cal Dog is on the Wild here. Greg says could be an over here. I think Cal Dog took the wrong language in high school too. Mr. West was only speaking English. Okay, here we go. I'll make my call here in this one with the Wild. I'm going to take them. I'm taking the Wild here. There's got to be something to it anyway with Minnesota enjoying the time here in Montreal. Give me the Wild here, and this one is a straight up dog at plus $1.20 or better. I'll take the Wild. Next up, Senators on the road here taking on the Blue Jackets. Again, okay matchup here. Ottawa 22-19-7. Columbus, meanwhile, coming in 22-19-7. How about that? How about that? Blue Jackets have won 4 straight, however. Ottawa's lost 2 straight coming in. Blue Jackets have wins over Utah, Calgary, Vancouver, and Pittsburgh. All nice wins there for Columbus. They are a slight dog. Ooh, here in this one, man, that Uh, Ottawa comes in here with back-to-back losses to Montreal and Detroit right now. Columbus is a dismal underdog. They still are an underdog here right now. I don't know if I can really, with the rating this close, it is kind of tough. Maybe you want to throw that line in there, but still, the Senators are the slight favorite here. Make no mistake. And Columbus, I just should mention, they are 10-21 as an underdog this season, although they're 11-7 at home so far here. Now, these two teams uh, did meet already twice this season. Columbus won at Ottawa, and Ottawa won at Columbus. The teams met here in Columbus back on December 11th. Ottawa won 6-3 to only see Columbus come back a couple of weeks later and win 4-1 at Ottawa. So let's see, the trends here kind of show between these two. You've got Ottawa here, just 2-6 in their last 8 games overall. Meanwhile, Columbus has won 4 of their last 5. They won 4 of their last 6 at home. Ottawa has won 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams, but Columbus is 8-4 in the last 12 games at home against Ottawa. This is a home dominated series, even though we saw the reverse of that in the first 2 meetings of the season between the clubs. Ottawa's gone over in 7 of their last 10 and over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. This series has gone under in 4 of the last 6 meetings overall between the two teams. Ottawa is 16-8 to the over on the road and 21-14 to the over as a favorite. Let's see what you have here in this one with Ottawa and Columbus. If you want to comment in the chat here, but let's see what you got. I know the Sharps are going to be on Ottawa here. And, man, it just seems like Columbus is playing well enough. But let's see what you got in the chat in this one. Okay, let's see here. The Gibson rating says Ottawa 4-3. Cal Dogs on the Senators. Timmy says this is a new Columbus here, playing, like I said, playing well. Now, their wins were over Utah, Calgary, Vancouver, and Pittsburgh. You got some okay teams in there and a couple of bottom feeders there a little bit for sure. All right, and Columbus has turned the corner, says Timmy Two Shoes, and Ottawa is a mess. Man, I agree with that. I just know this is feels like a pretty decent spot overall. I'm going to take the under at 6.5 here. And I know that Ottawa's been going over here, but the line is it's definitely 6.5, heavily juiced to the over. I don't think there's any question about that right now. I mean, this is one where you almost could see some 7s out there actually as the quote unquote standard line. So I just feel like it's a little bit high. I'm going to have to take the under in this one with Ottawa and Columbus. That's look, I guess this could be a 7 the way Ottawa's going here with some of these scores right now. But I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one. Jimmy Choo Choo says take Werenski and Coyle in a parlay, on a point parlay. Next up, the Bruins are on the road. They're taking on the Dallas Stars. The Stars are favored here, $1.60 at home in this one. You still got maybe even going up here right now, Dallas, but Boston's the hot team coming in right now. They're on a heater for sure. For Boston here, big time winning streak, 6 in a row right now, and Dallas, they've totally flubbed it up here. I don't know what's going on with this Dallas team. They come in here on another 3-game losing streak. They're 27-13-9. Boston's 28-19-2. Boston's own Dallas, well, at least done fairly well against them for sure, although Dallas did win both meetings last season. Just due to the scheduling, these two teams actually haven't met here in 14 months, but Dallas did win them both last year, 5-2 at Boston and 7-2 at Dallas. That was the first two wins, or 2 wins. Boston's 8-3. Let me just cut to the chase. Boston's 8-3 straight up in the last 11 meetings here in Dallas. They've dominated them actually, and not only that, they've won 12 of the last 17 games overall. Dallas has lost 4 of their last 5 at home. They've lost 10 of their last 12 games overall. They're still favored here, $1.60, but it almost feels like the way Boston's cruising here right now, that maybe it should be a little closer rated here in this one. I think Boston can definitely win this game here. There is something dysfunctionally wrong, it does feel like, with Dallas. Sometimes you can just uh, uh, call it the ebbs and flows. We know that teams get streaky in this league. 10 of the last 15 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Dallas has gone under in 5 of their last 6, but Boston's gone over in 7 of their last 10 games on the road. I'm not sure on the total. I got to take Boston here, man, to keep it going right now against Dallas. Look, Dallas is going to win one of these times. They can't be this bad. They're still, like I said, 27 wins right now, but they are just in a funk. They still are 12-7 at home, and Boston's just 11-11 on the road. But at $1.30 or 40 here, I got to take the Bruins here in this one. See what you have in the chat here. The Gibson rating says Dallas in the under. I think CalDog is saying that Dallas is selling out and not in the crowd. Jimmy says Swayman's going to be getting knocked around here a little bit, going to get lit up here possibly. And let's see, the Stars need Swayman. Look, Timmy Chuches. Look, we're not going to, blame Ottinger for this mess right now, I don't think. I mean, Dallas is still. I mean, you got they're lacking scoring. There's no doubt about it. Dallas is 9-13 to the under at home. Boston's 13-10 to the over on the road. Over for Cal Dog. And Mr. West says, "Why do you think remote hockey is the hardest of the big four to cap?" I think volatility maybe too. There's only 5, 6, 7 goals in a game. And happen feel like their luck anyways. Deflected pucks. If Dallas stays under and they win, Dak Kush King, like in Dallas here. So you guys like Dallas finally turning around here a little bit. But if they were playing somebody else, it just feels like this Boston situation is kind of getting real here all of a sudden. And good on Boston. Sabres are taking on man, I think I missed. Let me just stay on this game, and then we'll come back to the next. We'll come back to the Blues and the Jets. I kind of messed up the order here a little bit. You got the once we start these videos, Predators here $1.30, 6.5 under 20 in this one with Nashville at home. Buffalo, here they are. They've lost 2 in a row, and maybe it's coming to an end here. Now you got Lyon and goal. Nashville's won 3 of their last 4 coming in. The two teams have not met yet this season. This has been a Nashville series for sure in the past. Nashville also comes in here 8-5 as a favorite this season, 13-10 on the road. Buffalo 10-11 on the road here right now. We know Buffalo's been on fire here, but they have come back down to earth over the last couple of games. Buffalo still has won 15 of their last 19. They've won 8 of their last 10 on the road. Buffalo's lost 4 of the last 5 meetings to the Predators coming in. Nashville's won 10 of 15 and also won 5 of their last 6 games at home. Buffalo's gone over in 7 of their last 9, although the series here has gone over in 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two, although at Nashville it's actually gone 2-4 to the under in the last 6 games between the teams overall. Buffalo is 9-15, to the under as a dog. So let's see what you have here with these two. Nashville did lose to Vegas on the road last time out 7-2. That did snap a 3-game winning streak, which included wins over Washington, Edmonton, and Colorado. So pretty good job here by Nashville. Of late, they're not quite as hot as Buffalo, but look, that Buffalo streak, where everybody's excited. Um, it doesn't feel like it's changed the long-term fortunes of Buffalo, except for maybe helping them possibly get into the postseason here. But I think against Nashville, I kind of want to try them again. Let's see what you guys have, though. I kind of want to go with Buffalo again. Here we go. Let's see here. Anything? Timmy said the same thing. Wants to play the Sabres, but it's in Nashville. The Gibson rating says Predators and over here. Timmy says Predators money line and a parlay, possibly. I'm taking Buffalo in this one at plus $1.05, plus $1.10. Give me the Sabres on the road here against Nashville in this one. Cal Dog's going to take the Sabres as well with me. All right. Okay, let's take care of that other matchup right now. It's going to be the Blues on the road. Here, let me make sure I got the right goalies in there. Yeah, okay. Blues and Jets here for action on Tuesday night. You do have here the Jets with, I believe it's going to be Hofer and Comrie in this one. I'm showing the Jets here are minus $1.20 or so. The total, maybe 6 flat, maybe a little bit of, probably 6 flat here. Let's get the graphic up on the screen. Thank you. St. Louis here on so far 19, 22, and 8. Not great. Winnipeg just 10, 23, and 6. They had that losing streak come to an end, and now they've lost a couple in a row. But it was a great run there for Winnipeg to kind of get going a little bit. They were struggling big time with that big losing streak early on. Then got hot. They've actually lost 2 in a row here now, kind of back down to earth. They lost to Chicago last night 2-0. Just couldn't get it going there. It was only 1-0. I think they got an empty netter in the end. But St. Louis, meanwhile, they are off after their last game, a 5-0 loss at Edmonton. But before that, they beat Carolina and Tampa Bay. So St. Louis has had some moments here, but they're still just 7-13 on the road this season. Winnipeg 11-9 at home right now. These two teams did meet back in December. St. Louis won 1-0 at home in that game, but St. Louis has dropped 6 straight games on the road right now. And remember, they were at one point they were 7-7 on the road. We were saying how they were doing a pretty good job, but St. Louis has dropped the last 5 meetings actually here in Winnipeg. We know Winnipeg, they've lost 13 of their last 17, but they did have one of their best string of victories here just recently. To remember, this is a team that was pretty great last year in the regular season. They fizzled out, but again, they've just been struggling here. They had the big losing streak. It didn't feel like it was going to end. Winnipeg's gone over in 9 of their last 10 games. They've gone over in 6 straight games at home, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over here. So let's see what you have in this one. But man, I think it's going back to the Blues here. Actually, even with this 7-13 record on the road, I felt like that winning streak for the Jets maybe a little bit fraudulent because they're back to losing here. Meanwhile, St. Louis has had their moments against good teams, and I think they can take care of this one. I'm going to take the Blues on the road here at even money over the Jets here on Tuesday night. Remember, it'll be the Jets that are coming in on the back-to-back, and they failed to score last night at Chicago, and now they're coming back home. It's going to be Timmy on the Blues here. Says these teams do not like each other. And the Gibson rating says 3-2 Blues. And Timmy said, no way can you get behind Comrie. Oh, you got Hopper in here too. Hopper. Blues, the Jets. I don't know if I can put that on the screen there. Hofer's in good form here, says Timmy Two Shoes. And both teams are lame, though, Timmy said. And they said that, is that right? Hey, I got to dig deeper into these angles, all right? All right, I think that's going to do it. I'm on St. Louis. All right, here come the Devils on the road taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers $1.60 here, 6/20. New Jersey's won 3 of their last 4. They're 25, 22, and 2. Edmonton off of a couple of wins here of late, beating Vancouver and St. Louis there the other night in that 5-0 shutout. In fact, the Oilers have won their last 2 games by a combined 11-0. That's after they were shut out 1-0 by the Islanders. Meanwhile, New Jersey comes in off of a win last night at Calgary 2-1, so give them credit, but also a note that they will be on the back-to-back here in Edmonton tonight. These two teams did play their first meeting already, and New Jersey won it 5-3. Edmonton 12-6 at home this season. New Jersey is 11-9 straight up as an underdog, a pretty decent record for their underdog role. New Jersey comes in here. They've won 5 of the last 7 meetings against Edmonton overall. However, Edmonton's won 6 of the last 9 meetings here. It's a home-dominated series for the most part. Edmonton's gone over in 14 of their last 20 at home, but New Jersey's gone under in 14 of their last 18 games overall, and New Jersey's gone under in 7 of their last 10 games on the road here. Edmonton's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Let's go to the chat maybe here in this one. This one feels complicated, kind of like me. All right, I'm going to go to the chat here with you guys. I think I know where I'm headed. Let's see what you got here. Devils on the road. McDavid for a hat trick with Allen in goal, says Jimmy. And I want to say hello to Jamal Giuseppe in the chat. He says, Oilers in regulation, don't overthink this one. Okay, man. Oof. I wanted a little bit of Devils action here possibly, but maybe I'll move to the total. Jamal's nice enough to come here and make a comment. Haven't seen him too much around these days, so nice to have you, Jamal, as a member of the Chat Pros here today. And this is, let's see here. Yari, familiar with the Devils from his time in Pittsburgh there. And all right, and Cal Dogs on the under. And Mr. Wester says the Oilers just too powerful here. All right, maybe I should go with the total. I've got the over here in this one with the Devils and the Oilers tonight. You got hat tricks and you got Allen in there. I think I'll take the over with these two. Look, Edmonton 15-7 to the over at home this season. So, like I said, they've been going over. No doubt, New Jersey's a bit of an under team, but I'm going to take the over in this one. All right, one more here, and we're going out to LA. We just saw, the Rangers last night. We're up there against the Ducks, so they're on the back-to-back. The Ducks got the win. The Kings are struggling right now, and it feels like the Kings are a little broken here as well of late. Remember the Rangers, they are a terrific road team. We know that, 16-10 overall, but they are 10-16 as an underdog. They lost that game to Anaheim last night, 5-3. Not good here, first game out. Now they got to go with Quick. I'm pretty sure he's already likely believed to be the goalie in this game. In fact, I think they said confirmed, right? Spencer Martin ended up starting that game, I believe, last night in that loss to the Ducks. So uh, Sullivan actually said that Quick's King's tenure factored into wanting to start him in LA. Basically said he's earned it. So this is going to be a big night for Quick coming back here to play the Kings here tonight. Now, Susie is back with the team here and will not play tonight, even though he has been back to skating here right now. So, see what you got here in this one. You do have the Kings, a pretty big favorite here. The Rangers are kind of in a good role where they are here right now. And could it be Jonathan Quick's night? Could you play a little bit of the of that angle here as part of the handicap here? Will he stand on his head here tonight? We'll go to the chat a little bit here in this one and see what you guys have here with the Kings taking on the Rangers here at the Crypto. Rangers have dropped 6 of their last 7. The Kings have dropped 6 of their last 7 right now in a 4-game losing streak for the Kings. At least the Rangers won against Philly a couple of nights ago before heading out here to the West Coast. Rangers have lost 4 of the last 5 meetings here in LA, but LA's dropped 4 of their last 5 at home. 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Kings have gone under in 4 of their last 5. Now the Rangers have gone over in 5 of their last 6 and gone over in 5 straight on the road. So a little bit tricky on this one because we talked time and time again with this Rangers team being so solid on the road and not as solid at home. Say so solid. Actually, they've kind of been going down here a little bit because, like we said, the Rangers, they're in last place here in the Metro Division right now coming in. So, all right, the Kings, like I said, they've fallen down here. They're actually tied for 4th or tied for 5th with Seattle here. Let's go to the chat in this tricky one. And then the show's over. Thank you for joining me here on Night Moves. All right. Kings are a disgrace, says Mr. Weskers. And, Jimmy says they're going to dominate Quick here. All right. I kind of wanted to take Quick. Yeah, Quick confirmed. Yeah, he's earned it. That's what that's what they said. Jamal says under. Let's cash it. I'm kind of with Jamal here in this one. I think Quick comes in. Whether or not he wins, I don't know. But I think you'll see Quick a little retro. Cal Dog says under as well. And Jimmy Chucha says Kings team total over and Fiala with an anytime goal. Give me the under here in this one. It's 6 goals. Got to try the under with Quick in there. And again, like I said, these Rangers, whatever, maybe this is the one because they have played, I just keep saying it, better on the road. They are, like I said, 16-10 on the road. The Kings are just 7-10 at home. Richie Rich says it'll be overtime. 3-2 somebody. All right, that's going to do it here for Night Moves. Really appreciate that. Hey, everyone, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and check out our premium picks over at Tony's Picks. Always my best picks are over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can check out the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot, and then click on the handicapper profile page and get signed up. I brought home a winner last night. Just played one game. It was a national championship game in college football. Brought home a winner there with the over in that one. But look at Stephen Duncan. Just want to shout him out right now. Doing a great job of appearing on the Daily Dangle videos and his own content. And right now he's dominating the props. Just want to show everyone what Steven is doing here of late. He's up 28 units right now, another crushing day. And it's really been in the prop markets where he's really destroyed. Take a look at the winning streak here. But look, not only the prop markets, but also with some of these, some of the other, the Ducks there last night, team total over there in the Rangers and Ducks, and then smashing these props as well. So just a terrific job by Steven. A couple of real hot winning streaks in there. Congrats to Pearl of Wisdom, Stephen Duncan over there at Tony's Picks. And you see some other guys, good days as well in there also. So, and I'm up there. There's Solo up there as well, taking care of business right now over at Tony's Picks. I'm up there on the weekly leaderboard as well. I'm 13-8. And also, I'm up there right now on the yearly. I'm trying to make sure we have some guys up there on the yearly leaderboards. We see Stephen just dominating right now. Great job, Stephen Duncan, our man here. So, all right, just going to make sure you use promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off those premium pick packages, including mine here on Tuesday. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15%. Check me out over at Tony's Picks. There we go. Let me click on it here. Take a look at my records here so far. 4.5 units here over the last 5 days or 7 days here, and finish strong with that football game there. Why not get my 3-day all sports pass for $99? Or check me out for a week for $150. I'm gonna bring it home here right now in NBA, NHL, and college basketball. That's going to do it here for Night Moves, here for the action on Tuesday night. Really appreciate everyone joining me here for the show. I'll be back tomorrow with more Night Moves. Get ready for the action on Wednesday night. Now here for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.